Welcome to GS. My name's Joe.
My name's Ed.
You guys may remember, if you've been with the channel for a long time, that we used to have a series called Homemade Game Soup. This was probably over a year ago, the last time we had an episode of this. Besides, well, we had a devlog that Ed did for a game called Ring Grabber, which was the closest thing to Homemade Game Soup that we've done recently. But we're making a return to Homemade Game Soup. And this is a game that I made, Joe, and Ed's going to be the one playing it. He knows nothing about the game yet. I've been withholding information just because I want to get his full first impression of the game. And I'm excited to see what he thinks about it. I've been working on this off and on all week. And I guess we're ready to get started. So whenever you're ready, Ed, press the A button to get to the title screen.
Yeah, I will. All right, I'm nervous. All right. Nuclear clone. This is a nuke clone. You...
We were just talking about that.
We were.
Our friend James stopped by unexpectedly, and we were talking about how there's so many clones of games, and one of them that we mentioned was Nuclear Throne. So before you go out into the wild, you should probably learn the controls. Okay. They're very simple. The left stick moves and the right stick shoots, and you notice that the camera lerps between the aimer, the aiming reticle, and the character, just like in Nuclear Throne.
Wow.
And one other thing that's common to Nuclear Throne, particularly this character, which I hope you'll guess who it is.
It's Crystal.
Yeah, it's supposed to be Crystal. If you press the L shoulder, or L trigger.
Oh my god, it takes a long time to recharge there. 300 ticks?
It's 300 ticks, so that's 5 seconds.
Okay. Was that what it was in Nuclear Throne too?
No, it wasn't that long in Nuclear Throne, but I was just messing. I didn't spend too much time tweaking numbers, so you get a little bit less of it than you do in Nuclear Throne.
Cool.
But you start with, instead of starting with it looks like a pistol because I was going to make it a pistol, but I decided to make it more like a machine gun because it's a lot more fun. And also I took out the fire button entirely. When you aim, you just shoot in that direction.
Nice. I like that better actually than having to mash a button to fire or hold down a button to fire. This is much easier on the thumbs. Wow, this is
definitely
awesome.
That was part of the reason why I chose that.
You have the edge markers there for key, door.
Yeah, I was going to mention that too as well. I made the game so that in order to get to the next level, you don't have to kill all the enemies like you do in Nuclear Throne. In this, you have to get 3 keys and then get to the door. So you can actually avoid the enemies if you want and just try to rush through it. I don't advise it. During my playtesting of the game, the best strategy was to play similarly to Nuclear Throne. Take cover and try to kill as many guys as you can before you run for the keys.
All right. I can do that. Nice. And the ammo is infinite here, I'm guessing?
I didn't put any limited ammo into the game.
I like the knockback too.
Yeah, I might have overdone it with that, but you can also use that for speed running. You can move a lot faster by firing because of the kick on the gun is so powerful.
Oh, look at this guy.
Yeah, that's one of the different types of enemies. Another thing is that the enemies don't... If you touch the enemies, they don't hurt you, except for these rhinos. These are the only enemies that hurt you when they run into you.
Holy crap. You put a lot of work into this, man.
In the entire game.
Wow.
But,
I like that animation, too.
It took between 25 and 30 hours to finish the whole thing, and most of it was not spent on level design. As you can probably tell just looking at the design of the levels, I probably spent less than 2 hours on the level design. Most of it was spent on perfecting the control, enemy movement, and just the basics. The basics of the bare bones part of the game.
Right.
I was trying to reorient myself with Construct 2, which is the engine that we use to develop our homemade game soups, our homemade game soup games, and that we're going to be using to develop more advanced and more fleshed out projects in the future. But I hadn't been using it as much as I used to, and I just wanted to reorient myself with the program. So that's the reason mainly why I made the game. And as an added benefit, we get to make a Game Soup episode about it, and I get to watch Ed play it for the first time, which is kind of fun. So right now you're heading for the door, and you're missing 1 key.
Oh no.
So if you look at your key marker, which is up in the top left corner here.
You know, I always wondered about those markers. Is that easy to code?
No, but I looked it up, and I figured out how to do it, which is mostly what we do when we're making stuff in Construct 2 is look and see if somebody else has done it, and if they haven't, then you have to figure out how to do it. But
that's almost never the case, though. You know?
Yeah.
Just in coding in general. not necessarily with Construct 2. So if I die here, what happens?
You will have to restart the level.
Oh no. Oh no.
So I wasn't so brutal that it's a roguelike where you just have to start the entire game over, but I didn't put any checkpoints. So
Okay.
it's slightly unforgiving. So you'll have to restart the level if you die. I don't think you're going to die. Each bullet only does 3 damage.
Oh, I've gotten hit a lot of times then.
Yes. But the... yeah, you have actually. Quite a few times. I think they only do 3 damage. But you did just go from 33 to 29, which adds up to 4.
Maybe it rounds up or something.
There you go. Now you went to 26.
Oh god. Okay.
Maybe my eyes were deceiving me.
I need to get out of here.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, I
So
got
you
a
just
weapon.
picked up a weapon. This weapon is called a shotgun. Don't go out yet because you're gonna summon that dragon, that rhino. I want to teach you how to switch weapons. Press the Y button. Now press the
Ooh.
X button. There's a delay. You have a 1 second delay, so you can't constantly switch between weapons. So
Okay.
you're gonna want to use the shotgun though. I've learned during my playtesting that the shotgun's a little OP.
Oh, is this the boss of the first stage? Is this the same stage?
This is level 2.
Okay.
You're on level 2.
right.
You're probably gonna get yourself killed because you only have 14 life. I don't think you're gonna make it through this stage.
I don't think so either. I also don't think so.
And also I have a kill counter
Oh.
in the HUD there.
yeah,
I just
yeah.
added that. That's very easy to add. I'm not bragging about that
No.
one.
I like that though.
But yeah, the control
Whoa.
and the markers that tell you how to get the key in the door are a little bit more complex to make. And the enemy behavior was pretty simple to make. I spent an embarrassing amount of time making the rhino. Making the rhino behavior.
Like chasing you and all that?
Yeah, and I wound up going with a much simpler version than what I was trying to do. So if anybody that's watching is familiar with Construct 2,
Familiar with rhinos?
yeah, familiar with how rhinos behave in the wild. What I was trying to do was okay, you were killed, and
Yeah.
I made no ceremonious death or game over screen. When you die, you just instantly transport back to the beginning of the level.
That's okay.
I didn't bother fucking around with any of that shit because I already know how to do that shit, and I was
Yeah.
just trying to get familiar with the engine again. So
Yeah, that's kinda boring
I just left that out.
Wow, look how fast those bullets travel, man.
Yeah, they travel at a random spread and random speed.
Wow.
So some of these bullets, obviously, you can tell are going a little bit slower than others, and some of them speed really fast.
Is that with particle effects, or how did you code that part?
I just spawned multiple instances of your bullet,
Okay.
and I set the speed random, and I set the angle random.
Nice. That looks really good.
And I made it. It's not 100% random. The angle. I made it so that it spreads a little bit consistently, but I won't go into the details of that because that's probably boring for those who are watching.
Oh no, that's okay. I'll just steal the code later when I need it.
Yeah. Ed has the file that I was working on, so he can see how I did all this if he needs to use it later for one of his projects or one of our projects coming up.
I was just gonna ask if you can pause, and then I hit the start button. You cannot pause, can you?
I didn't put a pause in. I thought about doing it, but it's just another... It's pretty bare bones. I tried to just concentrate on learning how to do new stuff and also just reorienting myself with the program. And that's all stuff that is very, very basic that I definitely already remembered how to do. So,
Is there music here?
yeah, it's pretty quiet though.
Very quiet.
Yeah, you can turn it up a little bit.
Oh yeah, there is music.
It's your dojo theme.
It is.
Speaking of the music, if you like the music that you hear,
That you can barely. I don't know. That
you'll probably be able to hear it better.
Yeah, it should
in
be
the
fine.
recording. But it's almost all the music in the game is by Ed.
Well, you said you had a Guilty Gear track too.
I do have a track from another game,
I'm a big fan of Guilty Gear.
but for the most part, all the music is by Ed.
Yeah. And that's
So
free.
thanks for providing the soundtrack
Yeah. My
for this
pleasure.
title.
My pleasure. There's nothing
So-
more self-serving than hearing your own music. Oh God.
Or watching a friend play a game for the first time on an episode for a YouTube channel that you run.
I like this though. I can. I'm dumb.
Yeah,
I'm dumb.
Yeah, this is not the
This is
strategy
hard.
for this part here. Yeah, you're not supposed to
they're
run
faster.
out into the middle of this.
They're faster than me, aren't they?
They aren't faster than you, but when they bounce off of each other, they're faster than you.
Oh.
The bouncing is faster. So the behavior of the enemy definitely could be tweaked to be balanced. I'm not trying to put this game forth as a polished game or as a balanced game
That's
or
okay.
as a well-designed game, but I am I'm proud of just the mechanics and being able to mimic a lot of the things that Nuclear Throne does. That's the main thing.
Yeah,
that I wanted to show off here, I guess.
I'm pretty impressed with it. With the controls, the spread of the shotgun, the knockback. Like it feels like Nuke Throne. Oh god, it feels like Nuke Throne. Nuke Throne. This feels like it could be the framework for a very polished game. So well done.
So yeah, if we wanted to flesh this out, I'm sure we could balance it, make a bunch of make actual good artwork. This is obviously just placeholder junk.
What's the background here you got?
I just grabbed a tile thing off of Google Images.
Oh, okay. Kind of reminds me of a bathroom floor tile.
Yeah,
bit.
it's just so that it wasn't like a white background.
Yeah.
Just to have it be a little bit more interesting. I probably could have made each level have a different background, but again, I was trying to save time and cut corners on things that I wasn't going to learn anything from.
Yeah. No,
So
that's fine. It serves its purpose. It's good. It's good.
So I spent most of the time doing things that I didn't already know how to do, or just things that I forgot how to do.
So when you animated
I've said
this,
that enough times. Sorry about that.
It's really smooth, the animation. Did you?
Yeah, I drew it really fast. Just the walking
Yeah.
thing. I don't know.
Same for the rhinos. They have
It's just
lot
a
of
few
frames.
pixels moved back and forth that
Yeah.
that didn't take a lot of time to do. So I just did that to make the crappy artwork a little less crappy.
I like this, and you have a direction. Like if you're facing left, you can tell because
Yeah, I
It's
have the
not-
character and the
yeah.
gun both change direction.
Nice.
But when you're shooting, the gun will aim in the direction that you're shooting.
that's very cool. Very
So
cool.
yeah, I tried to mimic Nuclear Throne as much as possible. Also, I shouldn't be doing this. I can't take full credit for the control and everything about this game, because I used some tutorials and mainly just tutorials from other users of Construct 2. And one of the biggest ones was a new guy that I just discovered recently, who's very good at making Construct 2 tutorials. His name is Jeramentor, and I would like to give him a shout in this episode. So if anybody watching is interested in getting into Construct 2 development, or is already into Construct 2 development and would like to, you just got the grenade launcher. It behaves very similarly to the grenade launcher in Nuclear Throne, but it does not destroy terrain.
Ooh.
I didn't put that in. That was going to be too complicated and too much effort. It does hurt you if you get caught in that blast.
Really?
Though.
Wait, does that say ban?
Yeah, it says ban instead of bang.
Why?
I don't know. I thought it was funny.
Ban. Oh, nice. Okay.
So you only have 19 life left. This is the last normal stage in the game.
Oh.
There is one more stage after this, but I'll just reveal it. Obviously, there's going to be a boss in the game, and the next
Right.
stage is going to be the boss stage.
Right.
So I made a corridor kind of level for the level right after you get the grenade launcher, which could be viewed in two ways. That you get to bounce it around corners
Nice.
and test it, or that it's really dangerous to use a grenade launcher in quarters. You were destroyed.
That's
you were
okay.
killed.
I
But,
like being dangerous.
I was just plugging the guy's name that I used. I used one or two of his tutorials during the making of this game is Jeramentor. Jere Mentor, and he's very good at Construct 2.
Yeah, he's a
So
cool dude.
I would like to give him a shout if anybody's interested. He has a channel on YouTube under that name.
Yeah, I would recommend if you're trying to get into game design and you have your choice between Game Maker or Construct 2 or whatever else you want to use.
Yeah.
I would definitely recommend checking out Construct 2.
And actually, I purchased his tutorial series.
Oh yeah.
For one of his tutorial series that he was selling on his website and on Udemy.
Yeah, Jeramentor, we just plugged you.
For,
You owe us.
So yeah, I found his stuff to be valuable enough
Yeah.
that I bought his tutorial series, his full series.
Yeah, he's a cool dude, isn't he? Let's go get these keys, I guess.
Yeah, so you need to head towards those keys, but you're heading back towards the entrance here.
Oh, maybe I have to go around. Oh,
yeah,
right.
you got to go all the way around. This is
It's a maze.
as far as the design goes. Not that I'm trying to brag about the design, but I just wanted to make some varying situations.
Yeah.
So the first level is pretty simple. There's just some basic platforms and obstacles to hide behind, and I tried to make it kind of easy. And the second level, I wanted to have a wide open area. So you saw that in the middle with all the rhinos in the wide open area.
Yeah.
And the way that I envisioned a player going through it, which hasn't happened so far with anyone who's played it. But,
Sorry.
But that's all right. No, it's my fault for designing it like this. But I envisioned that a player would go around the entire edge of the level, of the whole layout, and then go into the middle last, and then panic as the rhinos attack them as they run for the door in the middle.
Oh.
But that's not what happened. But that's okay. It was funny what happened anyway. So
Yeah.
it worked out.
That's one of those things you can force in a lot of different ways.
Yeah, I could
Yeah,
have it be
so-
locked in some different... I could just have the middle be locked until you get all the keys,
Yeah.
or I could have the middle only be accessible from one side. But another thing that I was trying to prevent was the player having to do a lot of backtracking.
Yeah.
Because that's boring. You're not killing anything during that time, right? So I tried to minimize the backtracking. So as long as you follow the keys, as long as you follow the key arrows, you're going to have minimal downtime. This is not where you want to be. Yeah, I made that whole section up there because you just got the grenade launcher, and you could just launch a grenade up into there, and it would be really satisfying to kill everybody.
I did not expect that many enemies.
Yeah, that's why I put so many,
Nice.
because you have a grenade launcher to easily deal with them. But
Nice.
that would have been unfair and rude to do in the first level, or even the second level, because that number of enemies would be difficult to dispatch with just the pistol and the shotgun.
I like all these weapons, actually. I think it's a good balance between, like, this is a really good fire rate, but also a lot of knockback.
Yeah, the DPS overall for a single target, the shotgun is going to be your highest.
Oh.
Based on my calculations, which are pretty accurate because I developed the game. but for multiple enemies, obviously it's going to be the grenade launcher. And for like a corridor like this, for just a single target in a corridor where you can't get close to the enemy, I guess, like the shotgun would be the pistol's going to be the best.
Oh, this is bad.
Yeah, you're just going to want to open it quick and go in there. The enemies won't shoot at you until they have you in sight. And you might notice that these normal block enemies here that shoot at you have sort of they look like they have some kind of a tactical movement to them, right?
Do they?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I'm going to reveal to you that they don't, though.
Oh, really?
They look like I kind of tried to make it look like they had sort of like they were kind of tactically moving around and trying to maneuver themselves around you, but it's actually just random.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
You fooled me.
Yeah, they just move randomly and bounce off walls. I shouldn't have revealed that.
That's interesting.
So anyway,
Wait.
Enough of me gushing about my own game. I guess that's what this episode is about, though. I spent half the week making it, so...
Does the kill counter go away once you get all the keys? Is that what we're seeing here?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure why that's disappeared.
Oh, no.
We've discovered a bug, possibly.
What happens if I die now? Do I have to start over?
You'd have to start the whole level over, but you're not going to. Okay, be quiet for a moment, and let me turn the volume up.
Yeah.
Can I do that?
Yeah. Left click, and then mouse wheel up.
Is it working? I don't think it's working.
No. Here, let me...
I got it.
There you go.
All right. And just be quiet for a moment as you enter the final stage.
All right.
So in homemade game soup tradition, the boss is a Hearthstone card. His name is Zero the Poison Mind.
Wow.
And I don't know why I picked this enemy. I was just trying to get done with this game. Why I picked him to be the last boss. But I programmed him doing 5 different actions because in Hearthstone, he gives you one of 5 different toxins when you summon him. I turn the volume down a little bit.
Wow.
Just so we can...
Nice.
Alright.
Wow. Alright. Yeah, keep it. Sorry.
So yeah, I programmed him doing 5 different... He doesn't hurt you either.
When
when he touches you, he doesn't hurt you. So you don't have to avoid him. But you do have to avoid the enemies. And be careful about using grenades on him because you're going to hurt yourself. But he has 5 different toxin attacks that he does. So the one that he just did was, I think it's called Blood Thistle Toxin. But that one, in Hearthstone, it returns an enemy to your hand and it costs 2 less. In this, it just summons 3 enemies because I couldn't figure out how to return these minions that he's summoning to his hand.
Oh.
This one gives a friendly minion stealth.
Wow.
He gives himself stealth, so he's invulnerable for until he draws his next card.
So you made the effects actually affect the boss fight.
Yeah.
That's really
So this
cool.
is return a minion to your hand again, so he just summons 3 minions.
Oh.
And the rhinos turn upside down. You'll notice I couldn't figure out how to fix that. I didn't really spend any time trying to fix that.
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
he keeps doing that. So he's summoning. It's random which one he does.
All right. He's got 5 different moves, you said, right?
Yeah, so he has 5.
That's awesome.
And he constantly summons enemies. Okay,
Uh-oh.
this one is deal 2 damage. So the way I portrayed that was he just shoots bullets at you. Lots of bullets.
Nice.
And he says need a taste, which is his attack. Draw a card does nothing, but the next time he draws a card, he will draw 2 cards.
But
He'll
what
do
does it
2
do?
things.
Oh,
he'll do 2 things instead of 1. So
okay.
every 10 seconds he draws a card. So 5 seconds after he draws a card, he does an extra thing. So it adds basically an extra action to the list. What did he just do? I didn't notice.
I wasn't paying attention. I'm getting wrecked.
He's drawing a card. Don't kill him. He has only 8 life left. I
Oh.
want to see what the rest of the cards do. I want to make sure we get to see all the cards. So, sorry about that.
That's all right.
Oh, give a minion +3 attack. He buffs not just one minion, but all the minions by giving them +3 attack. So don't get hit. Oh, you got hit. Fuck. I wanted to see all the cards. Sorry. That was not Ed's fault. I'll say that was my own fault for telling him not to kill the boss because I wanted to make sure we got to see all the cards and explain what they all do.
Are there any more, or was that all of them?
I think that was everything. I think that was all 5.
All right, we'll take him down.
Yeah,
for real
just
this time.
knock him out. Use the shotgun as my advice. He's gonna do his he's gonna shoot bullets at you.
Oh,
so be careful.
I like that pattern. How did you? Wow. Yeah,
that was a mistake, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
It's very complex. I like it. How did you get that done, by the way?
I just tried to make him shoot 3 bullets at you 3 times, but it chooses your direction, and all of the bullets change into your direction when he fires the bullets. All the bullets that have been previously spawned by him target you again.
Nice.
So I thought it looked cool and that it was neat, so I didn't bother fixing it.
Yeah, it looks really cool. I like it. And those rhinos.
But I could have fixed it, but it's not really that hard to fix. But I decided that it looked cool and it was neat, so I just decided to leave it in. Yeah, the rhinos, they changed the angle. That's not on purpose. I think I just mentioned that, but...
I like this theme of all the bosses in Homemade Game Soup being Hearthstones.
Yeah, they're all Hearthstone
characters.
cards. I had to cut that out. I got a screenshot of him in play.
Oh, really?
But nobody's made like a PNG of just Zero the Poison Mine, the in-play card. You can find the card art, like the card as it looks like when it's in your hand or
Right.
when you mouse over it.
Right.
But there's no just in-play card like that. Oh, he's invincible now. So you might want to take that time to kill the ads.
Yeah. Ads, man. These guys are... They're almost as fast as me, so it's really hard to outrun them. You really just got to take them down.
So he's almost dead.
Good.
Also, there's no iframes in the game.
Ah.
So if you get hit by like one of those streams of bullets, you'll just die. Especially if he uses the buff card that buffs all the enemies by
Right.
3. He buffs himself by 3.
Right.
So that attack will do 3 extra damage. Oh. The base damage for bullets is 3. The base damage for rhinos is 8.
What?
And when he buffs, he gives +3, and that's a permanent buff.
Oh, so he gets stronger. So he is like an enrage timer, sort of.
Yeah, kind of. He gets stronger and stronger as you fight him. So, if this probably wouldn't be a great boss design if you didn't have somebody beside you telling you what each card does.
Right.
So, but I just wanted to practice with doing different kinds of effects and things with Construct 2.
Great! Did it just...
It said you're great,
You're
like from
great.
Metal Slug.
Yeah.
Yeah. I usually put that in my Homemade Game Soup episodes as well.
Very nice. These are all the Toxin cards that he was using. I never got my Zarel in Hearthstone.
I crafted mine. I'm a big rogue player in Hearthstone, so I had to craft him. He's not a hugely necessary card in most rogue decks, but it's nice to have him, and he's fun to play, and it's competitive in a lot of decks. But anyway, enough about Hearthstone. We're talking about Homemade GS and Nuclear Clone right now.
Nuclear Clone, that was awesome. I am really impressed at a lot of things. Stuff I already mentioned. There's just the targeting, the different kinds of guns and the effects and the spread and such. It felt like, don't take this the wrong way, it felt like a real game.
Thanks. It was a lot of frustration and a lot of fun to make, which has pretty much been my experience with Construct 2. And I guess we should take this time to announce the future of GS and the future of Joe and Ed of GS, of what's going on with us, which we've kind of gone over a little bit during some LP episodes and Wild Game Appears episodes, but we're transitioning from amateur game developers into hopefully professional game developers. We've been spending a lot of time recently just I've been spending time reorienting myself with Construct 2, and Ed's been spending a lot of time developing a game that we've been working on, and I've been working on learning to make game art and learning how to use some programs for making sprites and everything, and we're gonna be pursuing that with a vigor unknown to us before.
Well said!
Yeah, cool. Way to use way to use big words in an unnecessary way.
Vigor's not a big word.
I guess you're right. It's not big, but it's a word that's not commonly used.
You're right. It's a very uncommon
But,
word. Well said, though. Really.
But yeah, for me specifically, I feel like just talking about video games on a channel, it's nice. And I think somebody who's never made a game before can have some good things to say about games and can have some insightful things to say. But I really want to put my money where my mouth is and show that we can make a good game.
Yeah.
So we're working on a game that we plan on releasing. Not just practice garbage like this. I mean, not that this is complete garbage, but just practice, unfinished practice stuff like this.
Right.
We want to make a polished, complete game. So this is definitely a step in that direction, but this is definitely, obviously, not a finished product.
Yeah, so that game will be in the future. Please look forward to it.
Yeah, please.
Please. We need you to. Wow, Joe.
So
I give this game an 11 out of 10.
I wouldn't go that far.
As far as like where our skills are now for developing games.
Yes. Okay, sure, I'll give you that.
It is, yeah, well done. Well done. I liked it.
So thanks for playing through it and putting up with the goofy design.
Yeah, it was cool. I liked it. I liked the just the fact that there were a lot of different mechanics working together, and you somehow made it nuclear cloning.
I was mainly trying to clone Nuclear Throne, but obviously I changed a few things. There's infinite ammo, and the guns are a little bit different, and the way that some of the enemies behave is different. Like in Nuclear Throne, I tried the main little red guys that run around. I tried to kind of make those like the desert guys in the first level in Nuclear Throne, and in the simplest way that I could. And they seemed to behave closely enough to that I just left it how it was. But
they were random.
Yeah, they were just random. Which I think there's probably some randomness to them in Nuclear Throne. Actually, I don't think they're fully tactical.
Yeah.
In Nuclear Throne either.
That's not the kind of thing you notice though as a player. You're usually focused on just surviving.
Yeah. So I don't think that's too important. But yeah, so we could definitely make a nuclear clone in the future if we fleshed this out, if we wanted to. So we have a lot of doors open to us, a lot of things going on behind the scenes in GS.
A lot of stuff in the pipeline, you might say.
Yeah.
Wow.
So look forward to more content like this, more actual game development content rather than analytical content of other players, of other developers' games.
Right.
I don't know. I guess that's about it.
Well, this was really fun. I appreciate the time that you took to make the game, and I'm really looking forward to our next project.
Thanks everybody for watching through this.
We'll see you next time.
I don't know how to stop the recording.